So hi,
Hi.
Hannah. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
It's okay. So Hannah Lavery is a personal trainer who owns Next Level Gym,
Yes.
which is one, soon to be maybe two.
Maybe even 3.
Oh, why not?
Well, got plans for 3,
Love that. Gotta go
but
big.
just one at a time
Yeah.
before I have a heart attack.
Yeah. So how did Hannah Lavery become the personal trainer who owns Next Level Gym?
So do you want the long version or the short version?
In the middle.
Okay, the middle version. So I went to university.
Yeah.
And I did a sports science degree, and I wanted to be a physio. And when I left uni, I went straight into a job, just to have a job while I looked for like a physio sort of role, and I ended up as a buyer. So I worked for Matalan as a trainee buyer, and then I worked my way up to an actual buyer in B&M, and I absolutely hated it.
I love hearing these stories
Do you
of
know,
like who you was before you who you are.
the who I was before I am now? I think if you would have met me like 5 years ago when I started being a PT to who I am now, I'm like a completely different person. That working in like a corporate industry was like the worst thing for me,
Yeah.
and like who it made me as a person. I was so anxious all the time.
Yeah.
You know, that Sunday night anxiety you get
Yes,
before you go
I
to
know
work
that
and you
well.
hate it. Like, never getting that anymore. But I had my degree there, so I got made redundant when we went into lockdown,
Yeah.
and I didn't really have anything to like fall back on. I thought I'm just gonna have to start doing personal training.
Yeah.
And I was so worried. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to tell anyone what to do. No one's
Yeah.
gonna listen to me. And then started doing it online, and it grew like really quickly. And then when we come out of lockdown the first time, I got offered a job in B&M, and I thought I'd be stupid not to take it in this like climate sort of thing. So I went back as a buyer. And then after like a year of being there, I definitely knew like it wasn't right for me.
Yeah.
And I loved PT that much.
Yeah.
And I kept it going, to be honest. So like I'd go to work to B&M at like 8 in the morning till like 4:30, but I'd be in the gym at like 5 in the morning till before, and then straight to the gym after. And I thought, you know, I could probably make a living out of this. And they were that vile to me that it sort of just got pushed to, right, I'm leaving.
I don't think I've ever met someone who works in corporate that's it, and they were so nice to me.
Do you know, it's like, I always think people who work in corporate jobs, which obviously is a lot of people, you can get some really nasty people, but you think, would those people speak to you like that on the street?
No.
There's no chance.
My partner used to say that to me, like,
Yeah.
I worked in a corporate job for years. Oh, I've worked on loads of corporate jobs, but this specific one was the latest one before I fully left to do what I do now. And like, I remember this one woman who was like a director. I say that she was a director, so I don't know why I'm doing the bunnies. She actually was one. The way she acted, I half believed she was that person. Like, she was so superior to me.
Yeah.
She was just a normal woman who was on a power trip and spoke to everyone like shit.
Yeah, and you think, you still go to the toilet and have a poo.
Yeah.
You still do all the same things that
Yeah.
I do. Why are you
But
talking
you'd
to me like that?
like be warped into believing this culture, and it
Yeah.
was so unhealthy.
And very toxic.
Yeah, and I'd only worked there 8 till 4:30, and I swear the sleepless nights I have, I don't
Yeah.
even have them now. And if I don't have my business running, I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. So you'd think I'd be more worried
More
now.
stressed, yeah.
I was more stressed about what was going to happen to me,
Yeah.
what was going to go in, what email was going to go into.
Exactly.
I was
The
more worried about
emails,
that. The emails,
passive-aggressive
kind
emails.
regards. There's no kindness in your
Absolutely
email.
not. As I stated previously.
No, I used to love them when you get them. As per my previous email, basically, like, if you read it, like, no, I obviously haven't.
Behind the screen like this.
Yeah, I know. So funny.
It was just a really, really bad, like, time. Like, that was at my lowest point, and I was like, right, I am done. And then I just thought, take a chance, and I sort of kept it quiet that I was going full time, and just thought financially I could cope with the current clients I had around my full-time job. I was like, I'll be fine. Like, it's not all about money. You know, I think I'd stayed in the job so long because they threw more money at me every time. You know, it got a bit stressful. Here's more money. So I was a bit like,
What can I can't say
yeah,
no.
I can't say no to that. I can't
Especially
leave my job.
after COVID.
Exactly. So I was like, wow, I'm 27 on like this unreal wage. Like, I'm not going to get this anywhere else. Anyway, I was like, nothing's... My mum was like, nothing's worth your happiness.
Love that.
You don't have to be anywhere you don't want to be. And she is so right. And literally, it just went in.
You were like, okay, bye.
I'm off. I literally went, and as soon as I left, I felt the biggest sort of weight come off my shoulders.
Yeah.
And then I thought, you know what, whatever will happen, will happen. You know, I loved PTing, but I didn't see it the way I see it now. At the time, I thought, you know, it's a really like nice job. I love fitness. Like, why not? And then as soon as like it started like advertising, I was full time. Within like probably the first month, I was fully booked.
That is crazy.
Like from 5 a.m. in the morning till 12 o'clock. The same hours I do now, 5, 12, 3:30, 7 p.m.
Isn't it crazy when you take away that plan B?
Yeah.
Like what you can actually achieve.
Oh my God.
It's like you think you're saving yourself from having the sides, like money and like the stability, but you're actually hindering yourself.
I think as well, when you sort of strip it back and go, right, what do I need my money for? Okay, right now I don't go out.
Yeah.
When we were speaking, I said I don't drink, I
Yeah.
don't smoke, I've never done drugs. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm boring, but like, I'm very like, I've got a little bubble. I like staying in that. I don't spend my money on a lot.
Safer in the bubble.
Yeah. I didn't spend my money on a lot. I thought, right, just pay for your car,
Yeah.
your bills, and then what else you need money for? You know, you'll cope. But then, as soon as it started like getting bigger, I was like, oh my God, like I absolutely love this.
Yeah, I actually can do this as full
do
time.
it.
Yeah.
Getting up every morning, being happy,
Yeah.
and going, oh my God, this feeling. Love driving to work. Mm-hmm. And I hate calling it work because I feel like it's an insult to my clients saying it's work, because it's not. It's an absolute pleasure going in every morning. And even in like the old gym I worked in, like it wasn't an ideal like space to be. That was a bit of a negative environment, but I sort of knew like working in other places like what I wanted my own vision to be.
Yes. So it was still like a bit of a lesson everywhere you are.
Yeah. What is it? Never a blessing or a lesson.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So yeah, I think so that's how I become a PT.
And that's good for people listening as well, if they are somewhere where like they think, oh, this is an idea, like to think of it as like how you said, you know, you wouldn't run your, not technically run your gym, you didn't say that, but you know how you wouldn't have it.
What you want and what you don't want.
So even if it feels like a bit bad or whatever at the time,
Yeah.
you know, going forward. And I even say in them like corporate jobs I have, I know how I wouldn't treat any of my staff.
Yeah, 100%.
Ever.
I think sometimes I think, if I've even potentially upset someone,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, did I say the wrong thing? Or like,
I overthink on everything, never mind being horrible to someone at
I
work.
do. I reckon if I was actually horrible to someone, although I do feel sorry for Mike sometimes because he gets the brunt of stuff.
Yeah, but that's just normal, isn't it? If you're
Sorry,
stressed,
Mike.
you do take it out on your
Sorry,
partner.
Wherever you are in the camera. Sorry. But yeah.
And then
like,
John came in the other day and I just started crying. He was like, okay.
Sorry, it'd been
He
a
was like,
stressful
what
day.
is it? And I was like, work. It wasn't even important. I think it was just having a moment. But
Yeah.
the poor guy was just like coming dead happy and then was like, oh.
What have I walked into? I'm just going to walk out.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You should have done, really. So how long was you in other gyms before you started your own?
So to be honest, the majority of the time where my start of training was lockdown. That's where I sort of grew as a coach and like sort of found like me niche. And I was probably in the gym previous, I think it was like 2 years. And when I was working there, I still worked for myself.
Yeah.
We just
You just kind of like renting
we rented
your
the space, yeah. And I sort of knew then, I thought, I would love to have this. Like, I would love to have my own version of this.
Yeah.
You know, like the community, you know, just being able to have something that's yours, that you've created and people are coming for. And that lovely feeling of giving people some happiness.
Yeah.
And you've been like a part of it.
Yeah.
So like 2 years. And then that was when I sort of went, right, I'm going to open my own gym.
Yeah.
I was like, right, I'm going to do it. And I was like,
Am I?
am I?
What am I doing?
So once I'd said it, I was like, shit.
Yeah,
Said
once
it
you
now.
just put it out there, it's
Done
there's
it.
no going back.
Uh-oh. And then the ideas just started spiralling out of control
As
until
they
I
do.
had to do it.
Yeah.
I think like my brain never stops.
Yeah, I think a natural entrepreneur doesn't. Like, have you ever seen that meme? And it's like business owners at 12 p.m. when they get an idea and they're like just sat like in bed and
Yeah.
the partner's asleep. That's me.
Business owners in the shower with a
Yeah.
laptop like that.
Yeah.
That's me in the bath.
I have
with my
my best
laptop.
ones like in a coffee shop or something, so sometimes I just have to go and sit in somewhere different.
Mine's actually, my best ideas, I always feel like come when I'm driving to work.
Yeah.
So in the morning when I drive, I've got like a 15-minute drive. I don't listen to music in the morning.
Silence.
I have silence.
Love that. Sometimes I do that.
It's just
I'm up and down
nice.
this road every day, and sometimes it feels dead noisy.
Yeah.
If it's trafficy and I've got something playing, I just turn everything off.
Yeah, like when you're trying to reverse park, you need to turn all the music off and put the windows down so you can concentrate.
I mean, that's wild. Never heard that one before, but I might try it. I'm not the best
you're
reverse parker.
yeah, turn your
I like
music
to
off.
drive into the bay.
Windows down, and then you can.
I feel like you've got a better grasp of
you
where
just
you're
get
going.
it. Yeah, you
I
just
love
get
that. I'll
it. If
have
you
to
look
try
for a
that.
space as well, turn your music off. It
I
just
love
comes.
that. That's a good advice.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the best advice I can give you.
Did you look for your gym for a while, or did it come pretty quick?
Do you believe in manifestation?
100%. Like, live my life by it.
So I actually was going to bring my diary with me because I like to show people. I like to write my manifestations down. And everything I've ever manifested
Has come true. We've literally just been talking about that
Everything.
before. I used to make like to the point where when I started reading it, I was only young, and I made this board. Like I was literally like 21, so I think on it was like I wanted to swim with dolphins. You know,
Yeah.
the typical young stuff.
Yeah.
Not in Korea. Like absolutely
Just
not
with
on there.
dolphins. Did you do it?
Yeah, there was
Absolutely.
like the Eiffel Tower on there. Everything that was on there come true.
Yeah.
So then like years later, I done another one, put my house, everything on it, all come true.
Yeah.
It's actually wild. We should do it more. And
100%.
sometimes you don't give yourself the time, do you?
Do you make a board or do you write
Well,
it?
these were boards, which
Yeah.
but now I write them. I haven't
Yeah.
got time for a board right now.
Yeah.
I'll just write
I would
them.
like to do a board, but I write
Yeah.
them. But I completely forgot what we were talking about. 'Cause
We're talking about...
At the
we
gym.
just go
At
off.
the gym,
This
yeah.
happens, yeah.
So what I did was I wrote my manifestations down, like, you know, I want to open my own gym. And
Yeah.
when I read The Secret, it was like, be specific with what you want.
Yeah.
Write down what you want, where you want it, what it looks like,
Mm-hmm.
every single thing, live it, breathe it. So when I thought, right, what do I really want? I remember my boyfriend was on holiday at the time and I sat on Barbo Bank Beach in the back of The Secret and I wrote it down. So I just started reading it. My best friend, who was a bit older than me, she was like, read this book, it's really for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, if you're thinking about moving forward, like, this will help. And I wrote down, like, I want it on a really main road so everyone knows where we are and it's in a good area so anyone can get to it.
Mm-hmm.
So driving to where I used to work in the morning, I was like, Dunnonsbridge Road would be really good.
Yes.
But the units are massive, so that'd probably be out of my budget. And then
Yeah.
instantly I was like, I've just talked myself out of that.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, right, it's going to be on Dunnonsbridge Road.
Yeah.
It's going to be a brand new unit because I want it brand new. I want to put all what I want, like my stamp on there, and I won't take anywhere else.
Love that.
And then I was driving down and then I just seen units being built.
That is crazy.
And I literally, so this was like probably about 4 or 5 months after. But obviously I just kept saying to people, I'm going to open a gym, it's going to be on there. It's not built yet, but and people would be like, oh, right. And I'm like,
You sounded crazy, but you
she's
knew.
nuts. And then when I seen the sign go up saying we're going to be building, I just called and they'd be like, you're the first inquiry. I was like, as soon as they're built, I want to see, can I see them? Like, I want to see them. Like, and I told them as well, I said, I've been manifesting this. I was like, do you know what I mean? And they
They
were
were
like,
probably like, who is this crazy
like,
lady?
what the hell? And then I went in, I was the first person to see, and I was like, straight away, I was like, I'll take it, I'll have it. Whatever it is, like, let's just do
I
it
need
because
it, yeah.
it'll work, I know it will. And that's how I got it. I knew where I wanted it to be, what I wanted it to look like, the black, the lighting. I wanted it to have like really, really bold lights, and I knew that it was going to like stand out. So that was a manifestation. Manifested it.
People need to get on this manifestation train.
Yeah,
man.
people sort of look at you like you're a little bit mad, but
It's 50-50 now, isn't it? I think, like, some people think it's wild.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell are you on about? And then
Yeah.
other people are really into it. I feel like there's no one really in the middle.
yeah,
They need to just get onto it.
just get the secret and
It's
change your
fine.
life.
Even when, like, days, I'll just completely forget everything I've learned and be like, oh.
Yeah.
And then when I get back into it, I'm like, kicking myself, like,
Yeah.
why did I ever fall off this? It's all so true. And I know
Yeah.
it works. I've
live
done
it and breathe
yeah,
it.
I've
Yeah.
I've seen it work myself. Like, sometimes you can just get into like a bit of a rut, but I definitely recommend anyone listening, they need to get the secret.
We're not on commission.
No, we're not.
Just like, do you have the handbook of it? or the big one?
No, I
handbook's
had
good.
that, and then I got the Manifest orange book.
I've got that one as
Yeah.
well.
Now I've got the blue one.
I've got the
Dive
blue one as
deeper.
well. Yeah, I'm diving deeper.
Yeah,
I've
I know.
got the handbook's good because you can open it at any page and it sort of goes right. You know, gives you like a little a snippet of like what you know, but you just need to like a refresh on.
Oh yeah, I love that.
That's a really good one.
I've got the daily teachings one. I do like that.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
just,
I think it might be
yeah,
that one actually.
Oh, it might be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that. That was your manifestations got me the gym.
Love that.
Positive. It's positive though, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
positive thinking. Like I used to be a really, really negative person.
So did I, to be honest. And do you know what? I'll be honest, some days I fall back into it.
Yeah.
And I'll just have little moments and then think, no, come on, what are you doing?
I think it's your brain's so wired to think
To
negative
think negatively.
constantly.
And I think everyday life, you come across people who are like that.
Yeah.
And then you start thinking like that. Or you can see something online and you think, oh.
Do you know, I don't read the news.
No,
I don't go on the
read the
Daily
news.
Mail. I don't scroll on Instagram.
It's my job, I have to.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
That'll
Job
be
is, why are
really
you
hard for
scrolling
you.
again?
Like,
But like I have
have
to
to
keep
see.
up with absolutely everything that's happening.
That is really true. That must be really hard, actually.
It is really hard, yeah.
Because I sort of just, like I said, I live in a little bubble. Like, I use Instagram a lot, but I don't go on it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't scroll.
News.
I post and ghost, I call it. I
Yeah,
put loads of
love
stuff
that.
on, then I
That's
go
what
bang.
Kim Kardashian says, post and
Oh,
ghost.
does she?
Yeah.
I thought I made that up. Maybe I heard it from
Maybe
her.
she heard it from you.
Maybe she heard it from me.
Yeah,
She's been looking at my
I
Instagram.
think she did.
But like that's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like to not look at stuff like that.
I feel like you're just absorbing a lot that don't want to, and it's not always positive.
Yeah.
So it can just flick me into like, but then I just have to go like, no, okay, it's fine.
Do you do like gratitude and stuff like that? as
Yeah,
well?
yeah.
It's nice to meet someone actually who does all that too.
I know.
I do. So in the morning when I drive and it's quiet, I feel like I'm very repetitive and people who know me know like I do this. I'm like in
Yeah.
the morning, you know, if they're struggling, I go, I do this. I'll say 3 things that I'm grateful for. And sometimes when I'm feeling like I don't need to be grateful, I fall out. You know, when your things feel really good,
Yeah.
I don't do it. And like my friend said to me, who gave me the secret, she was like, they're the times that you should keep doing it.
Yeah,
Like,
because they're the
keep doing
times that are
it,
going to help you the most. Even if it's like, I'm alive.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what it's going to be. You might
She's
not
like,
be feeling great.
Yeah, like, you know, just, yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
I know, like, you're not going to wake up every day and feel great.
No.
Like, it's hard, isn't it, when, like, you're busy or, you know,
Yeah,
someone
exhausted.
around is ill.
Or,
Or,
yeah, just, yeah.
But then just
It does
reminding
help.
yourself, like, you've got so much to be grateful for in the morning.
Yeah. Mine's like crazy though, because I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm going to meditate, I'm going to do gratitude, then I wake up at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so then I have to do it. But then I'll do it at some
Yeah.
point, like in the day. But I just like, hopefully you can help with that today. I just think, why can't I
yeah.
wake up? Like John will try. We've tried everything. He's tried dragging me out by my feet.
I've got cold water.
I'm just, oh yeah, I'll have to. I hope he doesn't hear
Spraying
this. I hope he doesn't hear this because he'll do that. But I'm terrible at waking up in the morning. I just wish I could crack me morning routine.
Do you want to wake up earlier?
Yeah, so I'm just making excuses saying I don't know why I can't.
So, what time do you get up?
I normally get up about 7:30, 8, but I want to get up at 5. Because my life is that busy in the day.
I think
I
5
need-
is very early, though.
I know, but I need it.
You know,
I
when
need
people
it.
say, like, oh, the 5 a.m., like the Winners Club. I mean,
It's not for that. I've just mapped my day out and I'd really appreciate them 3 hours to
those
myself.
3 hours do me a world of good. I get up at, like, I get up at either 4:30 when I'm getting in the gym for 5.
Wow, what a woman.
Or 5:15 to get in for 6. And it is hard. And some
Yeah.
mornings I'm like,
I'm tired.
but I know as soon as my feet hit the floor, I go, right, I'm up.
Yeah.
I think if you just, someone told me once, if you just go, when your alarm goes off, just go 3, 2, 1, and just get up.
Was it Mel Robbins?
Does she do that as well?
Yeah.
Holy crap. I thought this was me.
Oh, sorry. You might have just heard.
I thought I was
Sorry, I'm really killing your vibes today.
I'm like, Kim K.
No, maybe we're in a good gang of these
think we
people
are.
who say it.
Yeah. It's
Well,
just-
I'm
does
not
she do
because
that?
I don't do it every morning. But yeah, she says if you count 1, 2, 3, get
No,
up.
a PT told me that years ago. They were like, you know, when you want to do something, you're trying to sort yourself out, just go, with anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, get up.
Yeah, because then you're overthinking. You think, no, fuck it, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, just literally go, right, I'm getting up.
That's me one goal now going forward. I just need to.
Why
sort my
don't you
morning.
do?
I can get to Barry's at 6 a.m. twice a week, but any other day I won't get up.
All right, so on the days that, it's because you know you don't
But
have
on the days
to.
I'm going, it's a mad rush and I haven't done no gratitude. feel like we're getting off topic here, but we'll
I
have
know,
to have a
but-
side convo about
About
the
how to get up.
mornings.
You know what you should do?
Yeah.
Start small.
Yeah,
So
maybe I could
say
get up at 6:30 instead of
say I was
5.
speaking to a client now, I
Yeah.
go, right, don't try and do it all at once.
Yeah.
Try and get up one day a week. So what days you go to Barry's?
It varies, but mainly a Monday and a Friday.
Okay, so Wednesday, the day in between.
Yeah.
That's your 5 a.m. day, just once.
To get up and have some
Because
time.
it's not so overwhelming when you break it down a little
Yeah.
bit smaller. Like that's when people go, right, I'm joining the gym and I'm going to train every day. And I
Yeah,
go,
and then you're like,
why?
yeah,
And they look at me
exhausted.
like you don't need to train every day if you've
Just
only just started.
consistency,
Just
yeah.
start with 2 times a week, then up it if you like it, and then small bits every day add
Yeah.
up to big things. So do it once.
Love that.
So next week, we're on Friday today.
Yeah.
So plan your week. Monday I'm Barry's, Wednesday I'm up at 5. I'm going to do my gratitude. Like, wouldn't you just drive here?
I know, sometimes I do think that.
You just said that you love it in here.
I know.
And it is
sit
so
here.
peaceful.
It is peaceful.
Get a
isn't it?
mat, get a little yoga mat, put it on the floor,
My
ground
business
yourself.
partner will come in and I'll just
Just go.
I'll be in child's pose.
Namaste.
She'll be like, okay, I'm going to join you. She probably would.
Yeah, but would she be here at 5 a.m?
No, probably not. We never know.
Well, I mean, she won't. You'll be here first.
Yeah.
Get yourself a mat, ground yourself, feet on
We've
the
got
floor.
mats in the cupboards.
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
do that. I love that idea. Thanks.
Wednesday.
If I got anything out of today, it was me Wednesday at 5 a.m. in the
Just
content
one
co.
day. And then you're going to tag me and go, Han, look, I'm here.
I will. Next Wednesday, I'm going to do it.
I'll message you Tuesday night and bully you into it.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Like, hello, have you got in?
I know. Well, we go off topic
I know.
anyway. But so obviously that you've started the gym and grew the gym, like obviously you've got loads of clients and stuff, that is building a business. So
Yeah.
obviously we all have days in business that are just like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
So what was your, so far, what would you say your hardest day was and how did you overcome it?
Oh,
Because we just need to show people that it's not all plain sailing because we're all out here struggling some days.
hardest day. Ooh. I feel like every day is hard, but like a good hard. Like it's very stressful being a business owner.
Because there's obviously the side you love and it's helping people and, you know, everything that comes with that. But then you're still running a business.
I think the most stressful thing for me is, and having a really bad day, is. I feel like that's a really hard question because I feel like being honest, I don't come by them a lot anymore.
I get that vibe from what you've said previously.
I feel like I used to have every day was like quite stressful and bad. I feel like the stress is different. So I would say I have very rare bad days, but if I can choose one really bad day, but then give you a little bit of a spin on it. So my granddad passed away 2 months ago, and the hardest, obviously, it's my gym.
Yeah.
It was late at night when he passed away. The class was at 6 a.m. in the morning. I found out at 10 that he'd
Oh my word.
passed. And in the morning was the 6 a.m. class. Now, everyone was in bed, all the PTs were in bed. I could not turn up because there was 42 people on the class.
Oh my lord.
So I went in and I'd sobbed all night.
That is some woman because
Do you know
I've
what?
had to be in there.
I don't know how I did it, to be honest. I hadn't told any. I told James, who I work with, I'd messaged and just gone, listen, my granddad's passed away. And
Yeah.
as soon as the class is done, I'm leaving. I need to be with my family. And I came in and I did the whole class. And everyone could tell, like, I wasn't myself, but I still tried to give it all my energy and trying to not, like, cry and that. And then that was it. Class was done. I left. I just got in my car and I just broke down. And I thought I really didn't want to come here, but weirdly, I felt good for going
Better,
in.
yeah.
And then,
Because you'd have probably just stayed in bed upset.
and people were messaging me like, you didn't look yourself then, Han. Probably, honestly, out that class, I probably had about 30 messages. You didn't look yourself then, Han. Are you okay? And then I just put a bit of a message out to my clients, just saying my granddad's passed away. I just need a few days. That was probably the hardest, having to show up still. I mean, I didn't have to. I could have closed the gym and put a message on Instagram and gone, listen, for unseen circumstances, I'm not coming in. But I just couldn't. I didn't want to let anyone down.
Yeah, you feel like you owe it for them because that's their place as well.
They're going through stuff as well. So I just thought, no, just get in and do it. And I was dead sad. And then I got home and I thought, I'm so glad I did that.
Yeah.
That's my happy place.
I think that's a part that people don't see as well. Like, we're all just normal people. But you don't get the luxuries of, like, what you did when you work in corporate. Basically, you don't get the holidays, you don't get the sick leave. You don't, if your responsibilities will be taken care of.
Yeah.
Because they have backup plans. But
Yeah.
we don't really have backup plans for, like, when we need a minute.
No, do you know what? I think I've learned now, having my own business, that I know obviously we touched on like having good people around you, and like that was one of the things we were going to talk about, wasn't it? So I feel like that's like come on to that.
Yeah,
Like,
let's come on to that early.
It is really stressful and you don't get a minute, but I know now I've got the best team I could even need around me. And when I say team, I mean the coaches and clients around me who I know I could step away if I needed to. And if I need a minute, they will just go, have your minute, Han, and we'll sort everything out.
Yeah, that's important.
So important. I feel like I'm so lucky to have that, because I don't think many people do. And I think one of the biggest things is I'm very, very open. I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah.
Everyone knows, like, not much anymore because of all the work I'm doing for myself.
Yeah.
I've really struggled in the past with like depression and anxiety, and it's only becoming a personal trainer that's got me through that.
Yeah.
And because I tell people that, and they know that, like, that's how I get sometimes, and I feel, and I never want to be like, you know, bring the mood down, but if I'm having a bad day, I'll go, I'm having a bit of a bad day today, I'm working through it, but I'll be okay. Like, I think being open
helps, definitely.
Because people empathise with you then and go,
and people are probably,
she's normal.
Yeah, exactly. And I think when you are looked upon as someone who has got it all together, like, because even from me as an outsider, like I said to you, didn't I, you look like you're just someone who's just got it all together, like you're accountable, you're this, that and the other. That's just what you see online. We're all actually just normal. Like, I went to get my hair done the other day and she was like, you're absolutely smashing it. Oh, I just feel like ill when someone says it to me.
You're like, oh,
there's a bit of like imposter syndrome there, but then there's a bit of like, I am fucking stressed out today. So I don't feel like I am.
That is a good word, I think, imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome is real.
Because when people say that, oh my God, you're doing amazing, you're smashing it, and I think sometimes I feel like I'm watching someone else's life, and I say this all the time, I'm watching someone and I think, is that me? Is that my...
I think you just don't take a minute to just take it in. Like, I was only thinking the other day, like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. I was on my way, oh, I haven't done that yet, I haven't released this package yet we want to do. And then I thought, hang on a minute, like, breathe. Like, 3 years ago I was wondering what my next client was going to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, little wins like that, you should like just think, like, stop thinking about how much you could do more. Like, what about how much you'd have done compared to when you started? I
think you don't ever do that.
No, but it is important to, I think, and it makes you feel a lot better.
People go, you know, like, say, like, there's a really busy class or something. One of the coaches, Tam, the other day we had a dead busy class on a Saturday, and I was just stood at the front, like, just coaching people, and she come over to me and she just went, you've done this?
Oh my God.
And I just went...
Did you go to bits?
I went...
Because I feel like naturally we do.
I have. And then I stood there and I was like, everyone was just working so hard, and I was like, I have done this. This is me. Like...
How wild.
Yeah. I can't even sometimes get socks that much. I've got my own gym.
But I've done this.
But it is, you have to, like, reflect, don't you? And
yeah,
it's just something that we're not very good at.
No,
but I think when you're very busy as well, you don't just sit there going, oh, how well have I done?
Like, you're probably class after class after class. And it's unnaturally, like, you don't feel like you have. I don't know, because you're just working through the motions. Like, and it can be stressful, like, say, in our business where managing clients and keeping them happy 24/7. You'll start doing something, you've got a message off someone else, then something comes up and you've got to do that. There's no time to breathe, and you feel like you're on a hamster wheel sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
But and then when someone does compliment you on success, say, you think, but am I? Because I'm up the wall all the time at the same time. It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, especially like you're juggling everything. Like, obviously you've got people who work with you as well, and I've got really good people who I work with, but ultimately it falls back on you, doesn't it? Like, you're the one who gets the messages, you're the one who, you know, you've got to put this in place, you've got to do that, and people go, just employ someone else, and I'm like, it's not that easy. Like,
I know.
People come and ask you, they want you, because, like, you are your brand at the end of the day. Like, you know, obviously you've got, like, your name, like, I've got Next Level, but under it is me. So the first person you will come to is me. So, you know, it's
a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure, It's nice pressure, because obviously when it's going really well. But, like, when things, like, sometimes are a little bit harder, like, this is only something small, but, like, the shutter on the gym broke, and it's boiling, and people are like, it's so hot in here, and I'm like, I'm trying, but I can't fix it myself. And you know, just little things. You're like,
and you're like, oh my God.
Mike, I go in, Mike's like, you all right? I'm like, shut is broken. And he's like, wow, that's bad. And I'm like, I know. No one else
For
gets
me, it is. Yeah, because like my partner doesn't have social media or understand it. So like, I'm like, this isn't like, if I say something on social media later, he's just like,
doesn't get it.
Doesn't even have WhatsApp.
Doesn't he?
No. So like,
because
he says it's too invasive.
I mean, he's not wrong.
The guy has got it figured out, but unfortunately...
Is he a stressed person? Oh, see, maybe we should delete WhatsApp.
Not that we know of anyway, but unless it's something big.
Unless he's an iceberg.
Yeah.
Cool on the top and underneath.
Yeah,
vast.
probably is like that. Unless something's going on, but like day-to-day life, he's pretty chill. He just goes on YouTube and watches.
Does anyone go on YouTube
podcasts?
Anymore?
Yeah, he podcasts all day, watching podcasts.
He'll be watching you next.
Every time I look at him, I did see on our YouTube like yesterday that he subscribed. I did appreciate that. There's not one thing on there yet, but he's a subscriber.
Biggest fan.
Yeah,
that's all you want.
But I forgot what we were even talking about then.
I don't know. We
were talking about people around us,
you
and we've just digressed as always. But yeah, I do think it's so important to have just people who are on the same vibe, and I think especially when in business, because, you know, if you go to like, and this isn't anything bad about like being in a corporate job, by the way, but they're just so different. Like when you're in a corporate job, yeah, it does matter who you surround yourself with, actually, because if you're around everyone who's negative, then in there you're going to be negative all day. But I think when you're in a business now that where you're putting yourself out there as well, which is horrendous sometimes also, you need people around you who are on your wavelength and support you. Because like the comments, you know, if you have people who do the comments, like the little snarky comments.
Oh, I get trolled all the time.
I mean just like actual people in your life who are like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You can't have people.
Do you know, I've actually got not many of them in my life. I've had one or two.
Either have I, but like when you look back in your past, maybe I look back and when I started this, I wasn't around people that it was holding me back basically.
Yeah.
When I was younger.
Yeah.
And like now I think, oh my God, the people I've got around me are always pushing me. And like even when I wanted to do this, I was like, oh no, I don't think so. And they were like, are you joking? Do it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also like around you in business, but obviously you've experienced different. You've actually had it online.
That's awful.
Which is horrendous. I couldn't
and
even
people
imagine.
Go, don't be bothered, blah, blah, blah. But like...
Until you live in it.
Because it's comments about like your body and stuff as well.
I just don't...
Like I've had some terrible
Were they from fake accounts?
Yeah, fake accounts. I feel like there's one account that always pops up and they seem to sort of say the same thing every time, but like...
Wow.
And then I'll block them and then they like make another account. But I've had stuff like people like commenting on my pictures like, you look like a man, why would anyone want to look like you? You're not inspirational to women.
But look at all the people you are like inspiring.
And it's like...
And that person's probably sat around absolutely miserable. And I know it's easy for me to say that, but it's just not nice, is it?
When people are horrible, it's a reflection on them, not you.
Oh my God, yeah, 100%. But I mean...
It's hard at the time,
It's still hard to hear. Yeah, it's
and, like,
horrible.
My first thing is because, like, I've got better over the years, but I used to, like, knee-jerk, like, react to things. And now I don't. I go...
I'm happy I've met with them.
Oh, no.
I'm just picturing me now, like, you are. Yeah.
Handbags. I have to think before. I've had like a few cases in like the last few months, like in person, where people have been unkind to me.
Really?
Yeah. And
wow.
And I've gone, in fact, so probably like another, to your question before, like hard biting your tongue and doing what's best for your own good and my business. So like I've had some people saying nasty things.
To your face?
Comments, just Instagram stuff, like people who don't even know me about my body.
Yeah.
Not responding. So,
oh my God, I have actually learned that as you get older. So when I was younger, I was a bit of a hothead where if you're going to come at me, I'm going to come back.
Yeah.
And I have learned, especially over the last couple of years, that silence is everything. It's actually everything.
So much, because they want a response and they want a reaction. So that was really hard when you get comments like that, and especially when it's about your body and it's your job, and you think, how dare you comment on my body? You're probably a fella behind your phone, sat there, never exercising your life.
Yeah.
Or a woman
miserable.
Who's just, not responding. I do
and
respond.
Makes them feel better.
My response is, thank you for your comment, hope you have a lovely day.
Love that.
And then I
Hope you
block them.
heal would be good.
Oh, I like that.
Hope you
Hope
heal.
you heal.
I just think that
Sending love
internally,
and light.
when
heal.
like people carry on, I just think, hope you heal.
Oh.
That is from me going to actually go to therapy, though. I had to go to therapy and learn that.
Yeah,
So I used to
therapy.
take everything really personally, and
Yeah.
then now I just think it's just as, like, I can deal with things easier now. Do you know what I mean? When you understand that some people aren't as emotionally on the, what is it? Emotionally not available, that's not the one I'm looking for.
I'm trying to think.
Not healed. You know, just like on the path to like mature, emotionally
That's a good
mature.
one.
I don't know.
Emotionally
You know what I
mature.
mean? Like, don't understand their emotions, or I don't know, they don't realise it's coming from inside.
I think
Do you know what I mean?
that's the worst. One of the worst qualities someone have is that they can have is being unaware of how they are.
Yeah.
Emotionally and as a person. Like, I know I'm a bit of a, not, I wouldn't say hothead anymore, like I said, knee jerk. I literally now have to go, right, think about your response. Is it going to be the right one?
Oh, I fully ripped one out and then thought, oh, I feel better now, delete,
Yeah,
and never
bye.
sent it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But like, you've got to, like, you're aware of that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, whether you just send it and go,
Just don't bite
I'm right.
anymore. Yeah, no.
Not biting. Like, that is, I think, like, that is a massive growth.
It is.
So I feel like we are probably very similar like that. Like,
Yeah.
now I'm just like, but I have had
It took me a while to figure that out.
I think therapy
Yeah.
helped me with that as well. Like,
Yeah.
thinking,
It's not about you. It's
No.
not always about you at all.
it's, I think in situations like that, it's never
It never
about
is,
you.
yeah.
It's always about the person, how you can't control what people do, but you can control how you respond.
Yeah.
And I think that is power. Like, one in person I've had within my business, I thought in the past, is it worth me saying what I really think? My comments, number one, no, because that's a waste of my energy. And number two, that's their problem.
Yeah, and I also think once you reply, you're
opening the gates.
setting yourself up for then their reply.
Yeah.
And when you say nothing, you just they're left in suspense.
And then sometimes like, they'll like again and again.
Yeah.
You're like, you're not getting anything from me because
And then
I'm a happy person
Yeah.
and you're not.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. No,
Heal.
I completely
Hope you heal.
hope you heal. I completely get that. And obviously not everyone's like that, but there are some lunatics, and I am happy to say that.
Absolutely.
Some absolute lunatics.
That shit crazy.
Out there
I've
is.
met a lot of them.
I can't get over the commenting on social media thing. It's wild, but that's the sad thing about it. I think it's such a good tool, and then it's such a bad tool. But I've spoke to people who are like, I hate social media. Everyone just gives off this life, and I'm like, you think so wrong. Like, people just put the highlights on there. Like, no one's gonna put like
The bad
the
stuff.
bad stuff on there. And if you look at
Yeah.
it that way, it does change your perception of it a bit.
That comment there, you are so true with that. And think of anyone, obviously, who's listening to this or watches it,
Hopefully it helps.
doesn't know, has never like
Yeah.
met me before. If you like dive into my profile, I try and get a bit of like everything in there. Like, obviously I'm a coach,
Yes.
but my biggest thing is about mental health, and like, you know, days aren't always good, but you know, training will help. And like, I'll try and post like, I don't feel great today, but this is what I've done. You know, this is what I used to be like. And like, I posted a video the other week, and it was the most viewed video I've ever had. It was me 5 years ago, just as I was coming into like being a coach.
I think I know this one.
When I was
seen it.
drinking,
When you were drinking,
I was like rowdy. I was all like, I was bladdered. I was just like a show on all the video. I can't even watch that first bit. It's really hard for me to watch and think, I can't believe.
Do you think like who was that person?
Yeah, I think I was really sad inside, and my whole life was just wasn't mine. Like, I was working for a corporate company. I was in a relationship that I just wanted to be right, and
it was wrong.
he was never going to give me what I wanted, and I just wanted everything to fit, and it just didn't. And I think
That's so important for people to hear about being stuck. Like, when you feel stuck, sometimes you don't feel like there's any other option.
yeah, and people
And that can be
stay.
job, relationship, anything. Like, I remember working in a corporate job before I started marketing.
Yeah,
And I'd think, if I lose this job, it's the end of the world. I didn't even have a bill. I live with my mom.
Yeah.
And like, I think at this point, and I think like, oh my God, what would it do? And I think that is scary. And I think a lot of people are shaped to think that way.
What will it do?
Like, you come out, you get a job. You get this 9-to-5 job, and then like, what else would you do?
I think being scared of like taking a leap. I think like obviously we both done it.
Yeah.
the risk is worth the reward, isn't it? Like
100%.
My biggest thing is you've got to be that sort of person that I wasn't scared in that way because I knew I would not let this fail. Because I'm that sort of person where no matter what I put my mind to, I will try my best at it. And then if it doesn't work, I'll go, well, I've tried my best.
Yeah, and then I'll find something to fall back on.
Yeah, exactly. Where I think some people are scared of the hard work and going, oh, but this is going to be hard. Well, yeah, it is going to be hard, but, you know, you're going to end up owning your own business, you know, making people happy, giving people good quality of whatever it is, like social media or, you know, sessions or whatever it is.
Yeah.
People are scared of the hard work, I think.
And do you know what? Sometimes I do think, well, at least I finish work at 5 and I could go on holiday.
Yeah.
Like, I do think that side of it, but then I think I didn't enjoy me day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Day was
Whereas,
ruled by someone
even though
else.
some nights it's like, oh my God, how did this happen again? It's 9 o'clock and I'm still working. I'm at home, like, with my family, but I'm still doing bits, like, on my phone or even on my honeymoon. John was like, I know that isn't your work phone. And I was like, oh, you better know it is.
Hey,
like,
it is.
Yeah. And I just had to, like, but it was fine. Like,
Yeah.
so even if I did, like, a little hour a day or whatever, I still think, but at least every day, even if there are hard days where something crops up or whatever, like, I used to feel ill going into my old job. Like, ill. And in hindsight now, I think, oh my God, like,
What was I
people
doing?
are dying. Like,
Yeah.
Kourtney Kardashian said, like, why did I ever think that was the end of the world?
I know, and you just do, because it's the sort of environment you're sucked into.
Yeah, and that goes, like, I've been with John since I was 17, like, but that goes for the saying that people who are stuck in, like, bad relationships and stuff.
I feel like I would like to say I'm an advocate for all of that.
Yeah.
I left my job, left a relationship,
All at once.
left my house.
Did you live in a house with someone?
Yeah.
Do you mean, yeah?
Yeah, I literally, in the space of, like, I'd say a year, my whole life was flipped upside down.
Wow.
Because I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
And
That takes a person to...
yeah, I think, obviously, if my Mike listens to this, like, I'm sure hopefully he won't be offended, but, like, my previous relationship, it was hard because all my other ones in the past, it had ended because like, someone had cheated on me, or, you know, someone was nasty or whatever, or, you know, it wasn't right. Whereas my last one, it was hard because it ended because they didn't want what I wanted. I wanted to settle down. I wanted to be loved and I wanted to be number one, and I wasn't. So I made the decision for us to split up, and I sort of gave him an ultimatum and said, you're not going to change. That was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, like, in a relationship, because I still wanted...
You didn't have an excuse, really?
Yeah, like, no one had, you know...
You couldn't be like, it's because you've cheated.
I mean,
fuck off.
he'd done that as well, like, but...
But did you know?
Yeah, I mean, I had an idea.
But it could... But I
made
mean,
excuses for
because previously you were like, right, this has happened, see you later.
Exactly.
You felt like this time it wasn't a definite...
So it was like I wanted it to fit. And I was like, are you going to change? Because this isn't what I want. Like, I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to buy a house together. I want kids. Like, what do you want? And he didn't. And it was like, I've just wasted 8 years of my life.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can't look at it like that.
I know. And I don't now. I think, well, now
But
I know.
at the moment you do. It's like any lesson in life, you know. People go to you, this will teach you something, and you think, oh, fuck off.
Will it?
Like, yeah, do you know what I mean? But then in hindsight you think, wow, I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be hard to think about that, but at least you know what you didn't want.
Exactly. Like, now I know, like, I'm with Mike and he's absolutely perfect. Like, he's a pain in the ass, obviously, but we're so aligned. And, like,
we're all men.
Yes. Very, very pain in the ass.
Sorry,
But
Matthew.
we're like,
Matthew's like, what?
we've got the same job. We've both got our own gym.
Yeah,
It
that
couldn't-
helps.
It couldn't have been, like, any more perfect.
Perfect.
It's like, have you ever heard of the invisible string theory?
No.
Where you and your partner are living these lives exactly the same, and the string is pulling you into each
Oh,
other.
we're not on that vibe. We're
Until
a yin
you
and
meet.
yang kind of vibe.
Like,
We're definitely not on the same
we're not the
wavelength.
same people, but, like, our life was the same.
Yeah.
Like, he had a long
That's
relationship.
wild.
I did. He's got a gym. I've got a gym.
Yeah.
We're both very, like, we don't go out, we don't drink, and we were like, I feel like we were pulled
Together.
together.
So how did you meet him?
He was my personal trainer.
Oh, of course.
And then, so I feel like he was really a
you ain't
gentleman.
gonna meet anyone.
No, I
Drink
don't.
out drink. You ain't gonna meet each other out drinking. Was just
No,
gonna
well,
be in the gym.
I think, like, it's got to be like you're gonna meet the person you're gonna be with, like, maybe in the right environment.
Yeah,
but
meant to be.
he was with me like through like my whole breakup and obviously listening to me like my girls coming to me and they're like, oh, this is happening, crying.
Like that was the guy. He was the guy you vented to.
Yeah,
kind of
and
thing.
he must have been like,
This girl's
I'm
back.
crying. And then after like a few months of like being split up, he sort of said to me, he was like, I want to go out with you, but he's very nice. And but he was very firm. He was like, I want to go out with you, but I'm not going to be a rebound. So when you're ready, then we'll go out with each other. And I was like,
Sitting down the law.
and I was like, okay then. And then we did, and then just instantly.
Was this before you got the gym then?
Yeah, it was, well, I wanted to open it at that point, but I just wasn't, I think, like, my confidence had been just knocked out on me. I had no, like, self-esteem. And then when me and Mike got together, he was like, no, you can do it. And within about 5 months, I found the gym.
Isn't it crazy how
got
things just happen?
Moved in with him.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like everything happened really quickly. Like, he asked me to move in dead quick as well. And it just felt like it was just meant to be. Like,
I found that with some of my friends though, like if they've been in a long-term relationship that wasn't right, the next one moves really quick because they know it is.
Yeah. We've just bought a house together, so we've been together like a year and a half, but like
little whirlwind one.
Yeah, but I feel like he gives me everything I want.
Yeah.
And that's just time.
Yeah.
I just want time, and he gives me everything.
Oh.
Love you, Mike.
Mike's got a good shout out on here today.
Yes.
Might as well come on.
So, let's just spoke about him the whole time. Love you, Mike.
So anyway, how did you manage such rapid growth in your business?
I think having a niche and passion, I would say. I think if you really love what you do, you'll just drive it forward. The gym's like just skyrocketed with success since I've opened it. And I think I've just kept going and just being relentless with it. And just, I think one big thing is, which is quite unusual, I've not advertised the gym. I've just let it grow naturally with the right people. When I opened it, someone said to me, don't advertise it, just let the right people come, because it's that sort of industry where...
Do you mean in terms of the trainers that are in there? Or the clients?
The clients.
The clients.
Yeah. Like, I've not ever, put posters out there or, done a paid ad or anything. It's just grown, like, organically. And I think, like, it's done so well because I think people know how much I love it. And everyone who's in there, the coaches, absolutely love it as well. Like,
the environment.
Yeah, I think if you're passionate about something, people can see it and they go, I want to be a part of that. I think the people who've come have made it grow as well, like word of mouth, especially like in the the fitness industry is massive. Like, I just want everyone to know, like, it's a safe space. And I think people knowing that is like a big thing in fitness.
Yeah, because oh my god, there's so many places I've gone to and I've just been like, this isn't for me.
Yeah, like anxiety straight away. I feel like that when I go to someone else's class, and I'm a coach, so what do other people feel like?
Yeah.
And like, I've tried to make it a bit more unique in the fact that I encourage people to bring their kids.
Yeah.
So not just like in half term, I'm like, no, bring the kids every day. The amount of women and men as well who come daily with the children, and the kids are boss, they just sit there or they get involved and they've started like imitating.
Yeah, I feel like there's different aspects to that too. There's, for one, showing your kids that you should exercise.
Yeah.
For two, so many people, there's probably people who want to go there and don't want to take the kids, and that's probably fine because they want to break from the kids. But
exactly.
Like, I know myself, like, sometimes I think when Billy's in nursery or whatever, like, I need to work. Like, sometimes I haven't got time to go to the gym. That's why I might go at like the 6 a.m. But if I knew there was an option when I could take him on like holidays off, I would, because he'd just potter about. Do you know what I mean?
You're the perfect example of like the people who want to come, because no matter what your day looks like, there's a day somewhere that I'm open 7 days a week, like where you could come,
and
feel welcome and know that, I want kids to come, and obviously it's a safe space as well. Like, you can still get a full workout and not worry about your baby getting like
ran
over
by
a bar or something. I've tried to make it like very minimalistic, like a big space, open, clean, safe. So I think like that's probably been one of maybe the biggest things, that it's a full like family gym, like every age. We don't just have like machines in there, we have every walk of life, like people who have got disabilities, people who are like top athletes, like everyone can come and everyone's welcome. So I feel like that, having that made it grow, like a success.
And then there's not that excuse for people, like, because that is an excuse.
I know.
I've got the baby.
But I say, like, you know, there's no excuse.
Yeah.
Like, you can do it.
Yeah.
You've just got to want to do it. And like you said, of course, people don't want to bring their kids.
Yeah. I
Because
know,
they
but I mean,
want
there's a
time.
mix. There's a mix. Like, if I knew Billy was fine, I'd be fine to do it. But,
Yeah.
like, there's probably people who think, or are maybe always with the kids. They might not have a job. The full-time job might be the kids. Some
Yeah.
people are like that, and they need that hour to get away, and
Yeah.
that's fine. Or then at least there's the option for the people who
Exactly,
do.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it is hard. And now the nursery's a fortune.
Oh my God, extortionate.
It is.
Might open a crash next door.
Listen, I've been thinking about it.
You should do.
Can't be bothered doing one more thing.
Not doing it. But yeah, I think that's probably like the biggest thing. But when I open this second one, it'll be completely different feeling. So like,
Spill the beans. Go on.
spill the beans, spill the tea.
Yeah. Spill the
So
coffee.
this one now is like, say the yang, it's black, it's edgy, the lights, it's, you know, a bit more like rough and ready, but it's not rough at all. It's very clean. I'm very particular. It's more
Let's
like,
just make that clear.
yeah, let's just make that clear. It's very clean. Kids are welcome. Everyone's welcome. When I open this other one, it's going to be a bit more of the yin. So like this sort of vibe. Creams, beiges, you know, a bit more of a premium feel, but like warm, very inviting.
Yeah.
And it'll be more of like a wellness studio.
Love.
So I'm doing my yoga qualification at the minute.
Love.
So it'll be like yoga, hot classes, get some treadmills in there. So what Next Level doesn't offer,
We'll offer in
the
next level
studio
too.
will. The studio by Next
The
Level.
studio by next level.
First
love
time
that.
saying it. That
We
will
have an
offer
exclusive.
exclusive. You've got an exclusive.
Can we find out where it is, or okay?
Can't tell you yet.
Can you tell me off camera?
Yeah, I'll tell
Okay.
you off
Fab.
camera.
People will be hunting me down on the ground.
Where is
She
it?
told you.
It's gonna be like a different feel. So like, it won't be more like a children-friendly environment.
Yeah.
Because it'll be more
But
like
then at least you have got the both options.
exactly, and like I want there to be, you know, people will go to Next Level for that, but then they'll go to the studio for something
when they
else.
can have that time to
Yeah.
themselves. That
Like
is really.
yoga,
But then I think when
Pilates.
you're training, it's not peaceful. You know, when you're training like
Yeah.
intense
Yeah.
training, you don't think, oh, I'm at peace. But you feel amazing. But
Yeah.
whereas yoga and that is a different
more
feel,
restorative, isn't it?
Where you do want to
More
kind of
be
chill
more like
a bit
heat,
more. Yeah.
More, like I said, like warm feeling.
Yeah.
More like, probably, I would say like London sort of Soho
Love
vibes.
that vibe.
Yeah,
I'll definitely be there.
excellent.
I feel like every question I've prepared in my mind to ask you, you've answered before I've asked you, which I love.
sorry.
We're on the same vibe. So, I was going to ask you what's next, but you've told me.
Well, that's next.
That's next.
Another gym, and then another gym is in the
Oh,
pipeline
yeah.
as well. So
Love
that
that.
is definitely, there's
What's the
definitely gonna be
third
three.
one concept gonna be, or are you still figuring that out?
No, that's all like set in stone what that's going to be. Again, just something completely different. I can't really, if I tell you what I'm thinking, I can tell you off camera.
Okay.
It'll sort of give it away.
Yeah.
Number one, where it's going to be, and number two, I don't want to put the ideas out there yet.
No, don't tell anyone what
Yeah.
you've done until it's done.
Yeah, and that's like in work. That's going to be huge.
Oh my god.
Like, I'm really excited about the smaller space.
Yeah.
But I'm also excited about the third one, and me and Mike will be doing that together as
Oh,
well.
that's nice.
Yeah, because Mike does calisthenics, and he's like a master at what he does.
What's that?
It's bodyweight exercise, so like, have a look on his Instagram.
Okay.
He's like a ninja.
I'll have a look.
But
I think I might have seen one or two of them doing, like, carrying you.
yeah, always. I'm not walking anywhere, you carry me.
Yeah. Love that vibe.
He's like an expert in what he does, and it's like, he's informed me, and I think the rest of Liverpool want a bit of it because he's got like coaches, PTs coming to him from South Liverpool all the time. So I think we're just going to spread out a little bit and get a bit of, you know, calisthenics studio in there and like a bit of everything in the third one, but it will be pretty
Amazing.
big. But hope that'll probably be at like, this is like late next year.
Yeah, and you've got your house together as
Yeah,
well,
we've
so
just-
there's lots going on.
Yeah. My hair is so grey. Just keep dyeing it and dyeing it.
I
and
actually found my first grey hair the other day. The
Oh.
hairdresser did. It was a sad day.
Did she pull it out?
Yeah, I made her.
Pull it out, mate. If you pulled mine out, I'd be bald.
I hope that thing isn't true though. When you pull it out, 10 more grow.
I don't think it is. I hope not. Otherwise, I'm in deep trouble. The next biggest thing is the British Fitness Awards.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like probably one of the biggest things.
And you're up for what is it, best PT of the year, is it?
Best female PT in Britain.
In Britain, sorry, not me downplaying it, in Britain.
Which is insane. And
Oh my
then
God.
best independent newcomer gym
That's amazing.
in the UK as well.
When is that?
That's the 14th of September. So that is absolutely massive. And
Even to be nominated.
yes.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So the initial nominations were like 30 people in it. Even then I was like, oh my God.
So you've been shortlisted for the actual
Yeah,
awards.
so I think it's down to like, I think it's like 6 people. So that's like, even if I don't win it, next level
You're
doesn't
happy
win
for,
it,
yeah.
that's like an achievement in a year. I feel
Yeah.
like people have had gyms open for decades and not got,
I've not got that. That's
it's like a
amazing.
massive recognition.
So you recently partnered with New Balance as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So did they kit you out for a half marathon, is that right?
Yeah, so I got an email off one of the girls who works for New Balance. She sent me like this big email saying, basically after the work I did with Taskers, that they were really, I did work for Taskers with New Balance, and
Yeah.
then people at New Balance had then seen that and just said, we really like what you're about.
Yeah.
Your ethos is the same as ours. You're all about like mental health, and it was just such like a flattering email. Everything in it was so like complimentary, and it was dead overwhelming.
Like, oh,
I literally was
I
like,
can't say no.
how I've done me, I would never ever say no. I was like, oh. And they just said, we want to work in collaboration with you for running the half marathon. You know, we'll kick
Was
you
you
out.
already signed up?
Yeah, I'd
Yeah, I
already
was
signed
going
up.
to say, but you've
What?
got to run the
gotta-
marathon, imagine.
I'd ran it the year before.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to do it again and get a better time. And then they basically just said, you know, we'll kit you out for it. We'll kit your team out. So that was really nice as well, doing like the whole gym. Anyone who was running the half marathon, and then they like followed us around, documented us.
Oh, that's nice.
And I had like a lot of like amazing like feedback from New Balance as well. So,
So you're going to be working with them again, I'm assuming.
yeah, hopefully.
Hey, New Balance, hit us up.
Yeah. Do you know what? We've kept in contact as well, and they've been dead good. And I'm obviously going to run the one next year.
Well, that's a huge, in your industry though, isn't it? Like, for the actual sports brand to recognise what you're doing and want to collaborate.
Oh my God.
That's a huge win.
I reckon that's the biggest thing that's ever happened to me,
Love that.
ever. And it was very like, pinch me moment. I was
Yeah.
on like the front of Taskers as well. Like a picture of me on the front of
Love that.
Taskers, and I was like, oh my God.
Wild.
People were sending me pictures and like, is this you? And I was like,
It actually is, yeah.
I went inside. I was like, can you take a picture of me outside, please? And they were like, yeah. I was like, that's me. And they were like, oh. I was like, it's me.
You must have thought, what the hell? Was you on your own?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, weirdo.
I had a pure plan there and like took someone with me and whole shoot. Matthew would have been there.
I couldn't even, I was that excited. Someone just rang me like, you're on the outside.
Oh, so you didn't know?
I didn't even know.
Oh.
I was like, holy
So you just drove straight
mother
there?
of God, yeah. I drove straight there.
Oh my God.
Fangirling over myself outside.
Yeah. This is me.
This is me, everyone. I was like, it's me. And they were like, cool.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
So yeah, that's that was unbelievable. That's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
How's it been like managing a team? And now obviously you're going to have to do the same in 2 more locations.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's the business side that you love,
Yeah.
I think, and then there's managing expectations of everyone around you. It can be difficult.
I think obviously all the coaches work for themselves, but you
Yeah.
know, when they've like met me or, you know, they've started, I think they know sort of like what I'm about and what next level is about, and, you know, a friendly, welcoming environment to, you know, all the coaches just treat everyone, every client as, you know, they would their own. And I think everyone gets that. Well, everyone does get that. I think if anyone wasn't really on that wavelength, they'd probably just work themselves out, or,
Yeah.
you know, they'd know it's not right for them. And
You just kind of set your standards. And
yeah, I
if
think
you fit kind of vibe. Not in a horrible way, but like,
no, like exactly.
like this is our vibe.
The vibe is positivity.
Yeah.
And, you know, making others feel good, especially if you're having a day where you don't feel good.
You need people to like
Need people
lift
to
you
lift
up.
you, yeah. And having a good team around you does, and they all want to get involved, like help out, and they like sort of do the same as me, like live and breathe their job
Yeah.
and next level, which is
What
just
you
what you
need.
want.
Yeah.
And I think obviously when we open these next 2 locations, it'd be nice. Well, the only sort of image I have in my head is letting the coaches who work with me now stepping up a little bit. I would love them to just spread their wings a little bit and take more responsibility on in the other gyms as well. Maybe like actually work for me, which would be really strange. But obviously, you know, still have the freedom to be self-employed as well. Yeah. So I think I've got a really good tight-knit team there now. So I wouldn't really want it to change.
Yeah. I think that's a hard part of business. Yeah. Just like finding the right people and growing with them kind of thing. And you need people to be like on your team. On your side. Do you know what I mean? And believe in like what you want to do.
Yeah, your brand and...
Yeah, like I'll be even doing this. I was like, oh, and Matthew was like, let's do it. And then I watched it back and I was like, I hate myself. And he was like, it looks bad. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, it does. It looks amazing.
You need someone people who are going to egg you on.
Yeah.
When you're not feeling like you want to egg yourself on.
Yeah. Keep egging yourself on.
Yeah. But sometimes it's just like, oh.
Yeah.
Some days you need someone to just help you out a bit.
You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
So what would you tell yourself if you went back 10 years?
Oh, did you sneak that one in?
No, I think it was definitely on the list.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, caught me
it's
off
the
guard
closing
there.
question.
What would I tell 23-year-old Hannah? Oh, a lot of things. I think the biggest thing, if I could go back in time and tell myself, is 2 things.
Okay.
Number 1, your happiness is ultimately the only thing that matters. And nothing else should get in the way. Money doesn't matter. Relationships, possessions, because I used to be like quite materialistic when I was younger. I always wanted this, that. None of that makes you happy, and none of it did.
No.
Finding your true happiness in what you love, I think.
Yeah.
Like, training makes me truly happy, and it's brought everything else, the right things into my life.
Yeah.
And the second thing would probably be what we talked about before. I think a big one is how other people treat you as a reflection on themselves and nothing to do with you. And even if you question yourself, it's sometimes good to remember that.
Yeah.
That's them.
Yeah.
They've said that because of them and how they feel, and that's not your fault.
Yeah.
That's theirs. Not taking things personal.
Oh, yeah,
Very
that's
hard.
a big one.
Very, very hard to do. But I think ultimately we just think, well, that's your problem and not mine.
Yeah. Once you can get there, you're winning.
I think a big one, again, that my mum said to me, the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to die. And if you do die, you won't even know you're dead.
Oh, yeah, I love that, actually.
So what's the point?
When we done our podcast last week, the girl I was doing it with said she went on a retreat in LA, and you know Jay Shetty?
Yeah.
It was his wife, and she said, you can make yourself seen, but you can't choose how you're seen. And I was like, oh, wow.
Wow.
I love all these things I'm learning on these podcasts.
Yeah, that's
that
amazing.
I've never heard.
You can
and I
make
was
yourself
like, wow.
seen.
But you can't choose how you're seen.
That is fantastic.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
I'm going to use
Because
that.
apparently she got a lot of crap in the comments.
Really?
Don't know why, she's unreal. Love all her little cooking videos.
I really like Jay Shetty as well.
Yeah, his wife it is, yeah. So that's what she said at the retreat. I was like, wow.
That is powerful.
Just saved a fortune not going to those retreat in LA as well. Thank you.
I was just going to leave that.
Yeah.
I was just going to learn that one.
Yeah.
Have it. That's true.
Yeah. But thank you so much for today.
Thank you for
I
having
feel like
me.
it's flown. We've just been absolutely gabbing.
I feel like when you don't know, you know each other over social media, but when you meet, that's nice though. You just talk then, don't you?
You can just talk, yeah.